Today I'm sharing geranium plant care tips. The geranium is an iconic, fragrant garden flower. American growers first fell in love with the geranium flower over 200 years ago, and it's not hard to see why. Geraniums fill hanging baskets, containers and flower beds with fancy leaves that are as attractive as the clusters of dainty blooms they surround. Planting geraniums can be extremely easy and rewarding. All you need are a few simple geranium flower care tips. Most areas of the United States can grow geraniums as an annual. They can even be grown as perennials in extremely warm areas, such as the southern coastal areas of California. Many dedicated gardeners overwinter their geranium plants indoors for replanting in the spring. Some even grow geraniums indoors as houseplants all year long. The geranium is a truly versatile plant. Few plants offer as many options as geraniums. With over 300 species, they're available in a wide range of bloom color and types, foliage and even scent. They range in size from a compact 6 inches to several feet of blooms. You don't need to be a master gardener to know how to grow geraniums. Geraniums care little for fancy fertilizers or specialized soils, and they require just a bit of basic care to thrive. How much sun do they need? Geraniums need at least 6 hours of sun each day, but also like being shaded from temperatures over 30 degrees. The best spot for them is in a well-drained garden bed. They also grow well in pots or in hanging baskets. How often should you water geraniums? It can be hard to tell if geraniums need water as their leaves won't wilt like other plants. Geraniums like moist soil, but it's also important to let the soil dry out between watering. When watering geraniums, you should avoid getting their foliage wet. This can lead to pests or diseases such as fungal spores. Consider installing a drip irrigation system or make sure that you water the plant's base. Overwatering can also lead to root rot in geraniums. The foliage will turn yellow, wilt and die. Cut away affected roots and add a soil heavy in perlite and peat moss to improve the drainage. Soil for geraniums. The perfect soil for geraniums is a loose soil with plenty of organic matter. If your soil is on the heavy side, incorporate peat, compost or perlite. Manure and vermiculite are not recommended. Fertilizer for geraniums. Geraniums require light fertilization. If you feed them too much, the foliage will flourish at the expense of the blooms. Although you may see it in your garden center, you don't need to purchase a specialty geranium fertilizer. For a gentle fertilization, mix 2 tablespoons of a water-soluble 20-20-20 fertilizer into 1 gallon of water. Apply this solution every 3 weeks throughout the growing season. Growing geraniums in pots. Wondering how to plant geraniums in pots? It's actually as easy as planting them in the ground. You need loose, well-draining soil, consistent watering and low levels of fertilization. Geraniums grow well in containers of all shapes and sizes, as long as they have drainage holes. The key to successfully growing geraniums in pots is to place them in sunny locations and out of damaging winds. The added benefit of growing geraniums in pots is that you can simply move pots inside during the winter. When placed in a sunny window, geraniums will thrive as a houseplant even in the coldest months. In spring, gradually move them back outdoors after the last frost. Common pests and diseases for geraniums. The majority of insects and other pests avoid geraniums. However, botrytis and other fungus attacks can occur during cooler, wet weather. Commercial fungicides provide some protection. Overwatering can cause problems such as edema and root rot.